I got a phone call and I was in Yakima painting that said, hey, there's a fire and you need to be evacuating. I thought it was a joke. I just thought, oh, that fire's not even close to me. It's in Hidden Valley area on Highway 10. Little did I know it really was right there. I called Tuffy Morrison to go get my horses because all my horses were locked up in stalls. I think we were loaded and out of there within about 5 minutes. 10 minutes because the fire department were like screaming at us because you could see the fire coming up the hill through the field. It was just there and it was moving so fast that as it was coming up the hill you could just see it just kind of, you could see it burn the neighbor's house down below us and just keep coming up the hill. At first I thought the wind farms were going to save the day and it was going to hit there and there we're going to have guys out there to put them out, and it just kept coming and coming, and I didn't really have a reaction. I was just thinking, oh my gosh, thank goodness my horses are okay. I was leaving everything I had sitting right there helpless, like there was nothing me or anybody else could do for it at that point. We put sprinklers on top of my vehicles that I left there because I could not get I couldn't get my company van out, I couldn't get my car. There was only 2 of us to drive 2 vehicles off, so I just put everything in a pile and put a sprinkler on top of the roof of them and turned the sprinkler on and the sprinkler on the house. There was the pig lady that below me. Ray and Mary Schultz had quite a few horses. I had 6 horses at the house, 5 of mine and 1 of the neighbors. And the neighbors down on Highway 97, those women had probably 20 dogs and 8 horses. And I mean, there were quite a few. The Hispanic gentleman on the hill, they had like 14 horses up there. It was literally like you see in the movies. It was chaos. There were people cutting fences. There were people leading horses down the road. There were people cramming animals in vehicles. I mean, it was like you'd see on a TV show. It was just all out chaos. We left because they made us. I mean, they literally had pushed Ray and Mary Schultz out of their property. They drove down the hill, told us we had to leave. They followed us off the hill. At that time, we got bombarded with a plane dropping the tardant. All of our vehicles got tardant going over them. And we got to the bottom and we saw the barn go up. And we helped the neighbor down below get her horses loaded in a trailer that we flagged down, and we headed for town and didn't find out anything else till probably 2 o'clock that morning. By the time we got to the bottom of the hill, and I lived up on the plateau, by the time we got to the bottom, you could see the barn go up. So I bet you it was about 500,000 feet from us when we actually packed up and left. Everything. The barn's all gone, the hay's gone, damage to the house. What was left was structurally heat damage wise and stuff that the neighbors next to me destroyed everything. Like when I showed back up, there was nothing but rubble sitting there, and those ladies left with nothing but their clothes. Everything I'd ever worked for was gone, like that I would come back to absolutely nothing. And I really didn't have a fear at that point because I was so happy I had my animals, and none of the animals on the hill, nothing got left, nothing got caught, nothing except for the poor pigs. When we got to the bottom of the hill with my animals, there was literally trucks and trailers coming up the hill, driving up the road, that you could just flag them down and they were stopping, and we don't know who these people are, and they were just loading up people's stuff. I mean, they were amazing. At 2 o'clock that morning, the Hispanic gentleman that lived up by me came to the rodeo grounds where we were, and they're like, you gotta come, we're gonna go back up. And they went, and that's when we went up and got the rest of my vehicles. There was burning piles everywhere. There was firefighters were still on the scenes trying to save structures that had started burning. That there were still spot crews up there that night when we got up there, and there were vehicles on the side of the road that were burnt. It just looked like a destruction site. It was surreal. Like, everything was black. There was little fires everywhere. There was the neighbors, when you pulled up the driveway, their house was totally gone. It was just there. It was black and nothing there. We stuck around the fairgrounds all night, and it was chaos all night. Just horse trailers by horse trailers, cows coming in. It was amazing how many volunteers showed up to help out. And you know, the guys from Oregon were bringing up, Oregon brought truckloads of hay up. Anderson brought up hay. Ward Rue, Callaway, all those guys brought truckloads of hay. People were donating grain, buckets. It was crazy to see how well the community came together. People that I didn't expect, that I knew from the community, but I didn't expect them to ever leave their house or come out of their comfort zone that were there. People that knew nothing about animals were there, that they were more scared of the animals, but they were there to fill water buckets or throw grain or hay or whatever was needed at the time. I was very fortunate. After the fire, Colleen Anderson at Remax was like, I found you a place to rent. Here you go. I had friends and family taking horses and helping me out. Friends and family, BJ and Crystal, Mothershed, Tuffy Morrison, those guys showed up with truck and trailer loads to salvage whatever was possibly salvageable left and moved everything out of there within 2-3 days. And life kind of went on. I mean, life went on. I mean, there was nothing ever. I had neighbors that cried and were really upset. I mean, it happened. It was time to pick up, put your big girl pants on, and continue on with life. I haven't worked all week. I've been hanging out here watching the new fire come off the hill because I'm a little paranoid of a freak. It's just real. Like, God works in mysterious ways, and obviously I wasn't meant to live up there in that area, and it made me really value friends and family and like the community I live in, and like I made friends that I would have never made without the fire. I bought a place. So that's good. I'm bringing actually in a double wide next month, or end of this month. And I've just kind of, life's went on. So this is my new foundation here. And it's, the folks that own the land were amazing and helped me get into it. And it's been real. Like my friends and family and customers have been awesome. Everybody's pitched in and had numerous cleanup days here and been putting in fences and been putting in sheds. And I mean, I've had guys out here digging creeks and stuff. Tuffy Morrison's out here digging French drains and stuff to make the county happy. Never once charged me, just kind of trying to help everybody get back on their feet. And I know some of my neighbors up there say the same thing, that they've had contractors literally show up and donate their times, weeks at times, to help rebuild. Tons and tons of lessons. You should always have insurance. I will never be without a truck and trailer. I will never not have a truck and trailer hooked up, which I have one actually hooked up now because the fire's a little creepy and people are calling me nonstop today. Do you need help? Are you guys okay out there? It just makes you really appreciate who you are and where you live in the community more than anything. It's truly all materialistic, and it can all be rebought. I've packed up and just moved on, but people pride so much on what they have. But it's all materialistic stuff. Nobody got hurt. No kids got left in houses. Like, it was just material stuff.